Hey everyone, here's my next card. My name is Tammy Gadd, and I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for just over 10 years. I celebrate my 10th anniversary this year being with Stampin' Up! Here's another fall card I want to share with you. It's actually one that I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I want to share it with you. So here we go. I started out again with a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Folding it in half. Okay, this is Cajun Craze. The next color we're going to use is the Very Vanilla, and this again is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Very Vanilla. The first color that we're using is Cajun Craze. It's a great fall color, and this excuse me, this stamp set is can't remember the name of it. Daydream Medallions. And one of my favorite things to do with stamps is actually not to use the entire stamp, just to use part of it. So on big stamps like this, you can turn it upside down, stamp it. And I'm going to mess up my paper, but that's okay. So I'm going to just stamp it off like so. And when you stamp, you just want to push down. You don't want to wobble the stamp. Give it lots of even pressure and pull up. Oh, that one's not so great. Let's do that again. We have two sides to every piece of paper. That's the great thing about this paper. Push a little harder this time. There, much prettier. Okay, we're going to set that aside. We're going to come back to the Cajun Craze in a little bit. Okay, so the next image I used is another medallion from Daydream Medallion. This time I'm going to use more mustard off in the corner here. Stamp it so it's nice and shiny. And it's going to go down here in this corner. Okay, very nice. Each one of them is a little different than the one previous to it. And a little bit of color. This is Island Indigo. It's one of our in colors for 2011, 2013. This one expires in June. And I wanted just a little bit of blue right here. There. I always need lots of thank you cards, and I have a lot of people to send thank you cards out to this fall. So this card works perfect for that. Okay, the next step that we're going to do is the leaf. And I did the leaf with one of our fall papers. Can't remember the name, but I'll put it on the end of the video. And then the Cajun Craze leaf in the background. What I did here is using one of our Big Shot dies. I used the large leaf, and I obviously punched it out twice. Once in this color, and once in the Cajun Craze. Okay, so then what I did is I took those same two pieces, and I crumpled them up. I squirted them, and I made them wet, and crumpled them up, laid them flat, and then spread them out. And it's hard to use the glue on them when they're wet, so I just let them dry. And on this one, I want to go back to the Cajun Craze, using another medallion from the Daydream Medallion set. And I just want to put a little bit right here on the edge of it. Now I'm going to take sponge and sponge the edge of the leaf. I just think add some dimension. Oopsie. There. Okay. Now, the next part of the card, well, we're going to glue these together first, so we're going to use a little bit of snail. And I'm not going to cover the whole thing because I want there to be some interesting dimension to it, so I don't want to make it totally flat. Now, for the button, this is one of our buttons from our what set is it? The Earth Elements, used to be Earth Elements, but I think it's, I don't know, can't remember the name of it. Anyway, so what I did is I made a little linen thread decoration, bow, multi-bow. I just took some of our linen thread and made just repeatedly make a little bow like this. And after I had enough going round and round, I took another piece of linen thread and tied it so that it wouldn't fall apart. Then, to put it on the button, I took a piece of the linen thread and I'm threading it through the button like this. Oops. Let's make that neater. I just have to twist it with my fingers. There. Okay. Now, then I put the little bow on the inside and tied it. Like so. And you might want to tie it once more for good measure, but it probably won't come undone anyway, but once more for good measure. Now the button is also a more mustard button. Okay, then like I used before, I'm going to use a glue dot and fasten it onto our leaf. Now if you notice on this card, what I did is I trimmed the leaf off. This one I'm not going to. I'm going to let it fall off the edge of the card. I think I like that a little bit better. So we're going to use more snail. Maybe we're going to use glue dots. Seems to work maybe a bit better. Because once you get that paper wet, it wants to, it wants to rip. So, there. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, now, one more thing, two more things to do. We are going to use the snail on the back. Should have put it on first. And attach it to our Cajun Craze cardstock. And then I think all cards need just a little bit of bling, so I'm going to add a couple of our rhinestones. Going to use one of the medium ones with this paper snips. And like that. And that is it. And the fall card is done. How simple was that? So this is another fall card. Thank you for watching, and watch my blog for more card ideas. Thanks for watching today.